Jane Ho.
Jane who?
Jane Ho.
Jane Ho, H-O.
Jane Ho.
Okay, Love for Sale.
Love for Sale.
All right, how much is it for sale? Never mind, long story. Okay. November of this year. Okay, what's this play about?
Jane Ho is the story of the inner psyche of the highest priced call girl in the country.
Now, is this taking off on anybody that you know, or is this a fantasy figure? Or
No, this is based on a real person.
a real person?
A real person. This is a real live person.
Can you say her name?
Probably not.
Okay.
But
New Yorker or from where?
from New York.
From New York. And what did Jane know or Ho do? So you got to make that look more like a H.
That does look like an H, doesn't it?
No, it look like a beginning of a big N. Oh,
Yeah.
but whatever. Go on.
But, you know, in the beginning I thought I was writing a story about a prostitute, but actually it's the inner psyche. Not like you think putting on a
Was she a
condom.
prostitute or is she a madam?
She's a prostitute.
I was a prostitute. And what age?
Or a courtesan. Now she's 43.
43.
But, you know, the thing is...
Oh, you know her?
Hmm?
You know her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you decided to do the story on it. Okay.
But the thing is, as I was writing the story, it came less on prostitution, more on the inner psyche. What happens, the inner psyche of the highest priced call girl. And when I found out, it's a story about each and every one of us, our emotions, what we go through, everything about us. And in writing this story about Jane Ho, and looking at each and every one of us, that you know, and I use this line in the play, that the only difference between a girlfriend, boyfriend,
it's a very thin line in some cases.
Is the
So what was her conflict? What was the problem?
I noticed there was different sides of her there, and I use this in the play
Did she have dual personality?
No, not dual personalities, but I mean, as a writer, you're not just listening to someone, and the most important thing besides writing is listening, you know, and listening is very, very, very important, I guess. But anyway,
wow. So how's
I
the
noticed,
play end? I mean, what was the driving force behind the story? That just her thinking, and how she...
I found her to be very, very, you know, fascinating. She's a mother, and she's also an actor. And the thing is, what I said to her, I would love to do this story, and as it was being written, you know, I'm thinking that this be a story about this high-priced call girl.
Did she have input on the writing of the script?
No, not really. No, not really at all. I spoke to her a lot.
And then took it
and used my own Brechtian style way of writing. And you know, when the story was written, we took on the Hudson Exploited Theater Company, and we were looking for a voice for the play, because we were looking for our Jane Ho. Yeah, for her. You know, and probably we went through dozens and dozens and dozens, endless women, and you know, all of a sudden, my director calls up and says, "You have to hear the voice of this woman. It's the most amazing voice for Jane Ho." You know, and it was actually you know, the play was written, which is one thing.
So now it's casted, you're saying.
You know, and then, you know, listening to her sitting next to the director, and the director and I are kicking each other under the table, you know, she's the one. And then from that point, it was read twice at the Dramatist Guild, once in 2003. It actually went up in 2003, and it had unbelievable response reviews.
Now, there's more than one character in the play, I imagine.
Yeah, there's more than one character. When I said there were different sides of her, it wasn't like men, you know, she didn't have personalities, but I noticed she kept reflecting back to the past. you know, she kept bringing up her
Was
past.
she in a denial situation?
She what?
Was she in a denial type of situation where she figured the past, so she didn't talk about the present or what she was doing?
No, she was just talking about everything, and so I used all different sides. I used her her past, her youth, her idiosyncrasies, her alter ego, and herself.
How many members are in the cast?
There's 4.
4.
And it.
And you're going to launch this in November of this year.
This is this year, and it stars
at the Lion Theater.
Yeah, Michaela Kafka.
Who's Michaela Kafka?
Michaela Kafka is perhaps the most amazing actor that I have ever cast in a play.
Okay, so it's going to be a real surprise,
yes.
huh?
She is amazing.
All right. It's at the Lion Theater on 42nd Street in November.